Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play the Thousand Year Door. Alright, so in the last part we set out along the path to Shhwonk Fortress in order to gain access to Hooktail's castle. Alright, so we gained 6 star points from that battle, and adding on to our previous total of 94, that brings us up to 100, and we have now gained our first level up. Alright, so leveling up is pretty much exactly the same as it was in the first game. We can choose between our HP, FP, or BP. I'm going to start out with HP personally, just because I feel like being at 10 HP is like a little bit like limiting or something. I don't know, it feels weird to me, so I'd like to get that above 10 as soon as possible. Oh, come on, man. Okay, so let's keep on heading here and take out this guy. Okay, so in this little item box to the right is actually an item we want to get. This is a POW block. You may be familiar with it. It attacks all ground-based enemies. And we're going to need it for basically what's coming up inside this little room here. If we keep going to the right. Nope, just one open. I wonder what we should do. So we can check these guys on the pedestals here. And they come to life. Holy crap. So there's not really a point in first striking them, as you'll see pretty much whenever we get in battle here. I'm going to let Goombella go first and tattle on these guys just so we can see their stats. And my point can be illustrated. That's a bald cleft. Basically a rock monster with a swarthy looking face. This is kind of mean, but bald guys really just don't do it for me. Well, I think most girls in college would say the same. So max HP is 2, attack is 1, and their defense is 2. Yeah, this guy's rock solid. Fire doesn't even hurt it. It might be best to attack with, say, a POW block. Hey, well, what do you know? Giving a nice little suggestion there, so let's use it. So we can use the POW block here, and it pretty much penetrates their defenses. It flips them over, too, which would all... Yeah, sure, just fall on me, stage. Yeah, the stage likes to damage you and the enemies sometimes, but it seems like it always damages me more than them, but whatever. So there we go, we can defeat those guys really easily with a POW block and just continue on. Pretty much at this point, if you didn't pick up that POW block, you could still damage them with a power smash. But it would take a really long time because you don't do a whole lot of damage with it, and it would use up a lot of FP also, so it's probably best just to use the POW block. Come on, man, get down here. Alright, so let's get going. Now, there's another POW block hidden here before we go into this little area, but it's actually a little bit hidden. We need to check the grass around here, and it'll pop out of this one. And the POW block is pretty much a necessity for these guys. As you'll see, we still can't get through here, so let's check this again. I don't know why they're missing one of their teeth there. It's kind of weird, but... Alright, so you pretty much can't do anything to these guys, since I'm going to let Goombella explain for me once again. But she'll pretty much point it out in vivid detail, so... it's a bristle, totally covered in spikes. They're so prickly. Max HP is 2, attack is 1, defense is 4, and they're impervious to fire. Even trying to get close enough to whack it with a hammer is dangerous. Seriously, its spikes will totally pop out. So since you can't jump on it or use your hammer, you better use an item. Yeah, so literally there is nothing you can do. They're immune to everything that you can do at this point, except for the POW block, so... you definitely need to make sure you pick that up. Okay, so we took those guys out without any trouble, thanks to our trusty items. And now we can continue on. Alright, so we've got another little path here to go through. I think there's a few enemies along the way here, too. Yep, there it is. Alright, so let's check out what's in this little thing over here. Hey, a fire flower, cool. And you also may have noticed this little thing here. This is an inn coupon. A free pass lets you stay one free night at an inn. Yeah, the inns actually cost money in this game. And as you can see here, I think this is the first instance we've run into this. Let's hit it. Hit this block to replenish all the HP of Mario and his partner. Doing this will also replenish all of Mario's FP. Okay, you could have just said that in the first one. However, it will cost you the number of coins on the block, so be ready to pay. Yep, so you actually have to pay to use recovery blocks in this game. Thankfully, they're all really cheap. I mean, 5 coins is nothing. I've got 130 something, you know, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, so let's go in here. There's a heal block. Oh, crap. There's a heal block, a save block, and a big guy here. So, what do you bet there's a boss battle? Oh, man, I don't think we've ever fought a thwomp before. I imagine these guys have crazy defense. Hoo-ha-ha, you're the first contestants I've seen in a while. If you've come all the way here to Shhwonk Fortress, you must want stone keys. And if that's the case, then you must compete against me. If you win, I'll let you through to where the stone keys rest. However, if you lose, you'll suffer a terrible fate, and by terrible, I mean awful. Hoo-ah, so what do you think? So what do you want to do? I'll take you on, buddy. What's up with that laugh? I can't even do that. You're in for it now. Alright, so the Thwomp is a boss. Wait, what? Wow, he's got a cute little bow tie. Holy crap, what is this? Oh my gosh. Hey, ladies and germs. Welcome, everybody, to the 65th Super Fun Quirk Quiz. Perk up those ears. If you correctly answer 5 of the following questions, you win. But get 3 of them wrong, and you'll suffer a cruel and unusual punishment. Yeah, does this sound familiar to anybody? It's a lot like the Bowser door in the final dungeon of Paper Mario 1. Alright, for the first question, what's hidden in this place? Stone keys. Pickle stone. Yeah, I think that's the answer. Alright, we got the first one right. Arg! That's correct. That question was too easy, but it only gets harder from here, much harder. So prepare yourself. Alright. On to question 2. What do 1 Mr. Softener and 1 Fire Flower cost at Petalburg? Oh, geez, I have no idea. 16. Oh, sweet, I was right. Awesome. Total shot in the dark there. Alright, yeah, harder questions, we know. Let's go. Alright, moving on. Question 3. What is the name of the mayor of Petalburg? Well, Kroop is the only one that, like, makes sense. Yeah, I'm sure. Alright, sweet. Now, like, none of the other ones seem to work. Alright, let's go on to question 4. Where's the Crystal Star? It is in Hotel's Castle. So this is pretty easy stuff, really. I mean, there's no reason for you to get this wrong. Like if you do actually miss 3 of the questions, and you have to suffer this terrible fight, it's just a battle against a few enemies. I mean, you might want to do it at this point to get some star points if you want, but it's not that big of a deal. Petal Meadows to Rogueport. You racing a cart. Nice. You go through a pipe. Yeah. Alright, so we answered our 5th question correctly. No! That's right! You correctly answered 5 questions. I don't believe it! You win! Alright, so we've won our little trivia quiz off here. So very angry! I can't believe I lost. I guess I have to let you through. Stupid rules. Yeah, well, at least he didn't, like, fight us anyway, you know? Alright, so he moves out of the way. And then goes to sleep for the rest of his existence, I guess. And now we can go on through the pipe. Okay, so we're going down here, and this is pretty much like the area below Petalburg and Petal Meadows and all that stuff. There's a multi-bounce badge in the box there, which we can probably, yeah, we can equip. So that might actually be useful in a few places here, I don't know. We've also got a couple new enemies here. These guys are nothing new to the Mario series, and, you know, these guys, they're literally exactly the same as they were in Paper Mario 1. So let's just go ahead and get on it. They will, just like in the last game, attach onto you and suck away your HP, but you can block it with proper timing. So you wait till they do their second one and block. Ah, well, that was a little late, but whatever. Let's get this one. There we go. See, it's not really that hard once you learn how to do it. It's not really that hard in general, even if you haven't learned it yet. Alright, so we can pretty much just take these guys out with 2 turns. So this guy's going to get 1 more attack, and then we'll take him down. Really nothing too bad here. If you want, you can do a multi-bounce to go ahead and get some damage in, and that way you can just take each of them out with 1 attack, because they only have 3 HP. So, if you wanted, you could do that, but I'm not going to waste the FP on these guys. Alright, so there we go. We got a nice 9 star points from that, and that's pretty much all there is to show with these guys. They don't really do anything different, so no reason to keep any other fuzzy battles in down here. Alright, so let's get going. So we go over here to the right first, and we pick up this little sunstone here. And then a fuzzy drops down on us. Okay, I guess, you know, we might as well go ahead and show this because there's going to be a couple different things. First off, you may notice these guys are actually holding Sleepy Sheep. That's something the enemies can do in this game. It's actually happened to me a few times before, but, you know, they weren't in battles I was showing, and I didn't really feel like wasting time with it because I knew eventually it would happen in a forced battle, so... I guess I should have taken out one with the Sleepy Sheep, but, yeah, then they're going to use it, and it's going to put us to sleep, probably. Yep, knew it. Alright, so now we're going to be incapacitated for a little while. It's kind of annoying, but you also can't block while you're asleep, so that could get a little bit irritating. Alright, Mario woke up at least. Alright, so let's take out the other one with the sleepy sheep so he doesn't... See, that kind of adds like an extra dimension of strategy if you come up with a, upon an enemy... Oh, crap, I kind of needed that, actually, but if you come up on an enemy that has an item that might, you know, screw you over a little bit, it might be worthwhile to take them out first. Anyway, it looks like we're about to run out of time, and yeah, this guy's going to put us to sleep again, so this battle's just going to drag on. I think I'm just going to go ahead and finish this off the clock. You've seen these guys, you've seen pretty much everything there is to, that I had to show here. So, while these guys are wailing on me, I guess I'm going to go ahead and end the part. So, next time we will have defeated these fuzzies, and we will continue on through the area underneath Petal Meadows in search of the stone keys. So then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.